In Final Fantasy XIV, there are 4 healers to choose from, and this guide will help you choose which one you should main based on aesthetic, mechanic, and gameplay of the job. White Mage is your classic healer in this game, lots of powerful burst healing spells, and is relatively easy to learn, perfect for beginners. You can unlock this job by leveling the Conjure class and finishing level 30 White Mage job quests. White Mage has that MMORPG priest type aesthetic. They wield the power of natures and light, or in this universe called White Magic. As a White Mage, you commune with natures and surrounding ether to heal your wounded allies. However, in a pinch, a White Mage can also manipulate ether to create powerful, damaging spells to defend themselves when needed. Your skill and ability ranges from simple healing rays of light to a massive ethereal wings. You can also see lots of flower, light, and plant elements embedded into this job ability. Lily Gauge is White Mage's unique mechanics. It is responsible for very efficient healing spells and fearsome damaging skills of Blood Lilies. This gauge will fill up passively once you enter a battle. The gauge takes roughly 20 seconds to fill up, and when it does, you will gain 1 lilies to either single target heal or AoE heal. But once you use 3 lilies, you will gain a Blood Lily, which can be used to unleash a powerful damaging spell. White Mage is a reactive healer, which means that you will be waiting for damage to land on your party members and heal them up to full health. And White Mage can do that pretty easily because of the wide array of burst healing spells that they have. Also, with the Lily Gauge resources, you will be constantly using it to heal because you will want to put out as many Blood Lily as possible to help out with your party overall damage output. Astrologian is a healer and a buffer packed into the same package because you can use your tarot card to buff your party while also using your connection with the star to heal them. You can unlock this job at level 50 in each card. However, this job is about to be reworked in the upcoming expansion, so please keep that in mind. Star and Tarot is the bread and butters of this job aesthetic. You draw power from the Star and Celestial to help keep your party member healthy, while focusing your ether into the Tarot cards to boost your allies' power. Many Astrologian skills have to do with space or fortune telling, some of which you can tell by the name: Macrocosmos, Horoscope, Divinations. And in my opinion, this job has one of the best sound design amongst the healers. Yeah, and you also have best looking Limit Break 3 in the game. Astrologian core mechanics revolve around a deck of tarot cards. You can draw a card from the deck which will store it on your job gauge here. Now, this card will do 2 things once you play it on either yourself or a party member. First, it will increase that player damage output by a small %, and second, store an astro sign on the job gauge. These signs can't be used until you have 3 of them, and when you do, you can spend them to buff yourself. And the more different signs you have, the better the buff. So there is a little randomness and luck involved here. Some like it, some don't. It really depends on you. However, you will see that there is a little socket here on the right that is for Minor Arcana, which is basically another pool of cards that you can draw and can either be played for damage or heal. After hearing the job mechanic, I think you can probably tell that this job is kinda complicated, and it is, but it's very rewarding if you can master it. During a fight, you have to be throwing out cards to buff your party and heal them when the damage comes as well. Speaking of healing though, Astrologian healing tools are a bit harder to use than White Mage because some of them require pre-planning to be efficient, because you can set them up in advance and let it automatically heal your party up once it expires, saving you precious time to manage your card. Scholars specialize in mitigations and shielding party members to protect them from incoming damage. The job also has a fairy companion that helps them keep their party members' health in check. You can unlock this job by leveling Arcanus, and you will have to do a Scholar job quest at level 30 to unlock it. When speaking of Scholar, 2 things will come into a person's mind: books and fairies. These 2 elements are the backbones of their aesthetic. Scholars are the military strategists who create a pact with fairies to combine their brilliant minds in tactics and the powerful healing natures of the fairies. Most of the healing spells in Scholar arsenal will have a fairy and academic vibe to it, but almost all of their damaging skill look kinda sci-fi, like Broil 4, Other War 2, and Biolysis. So there is a mixture of magic and technology in this job. Scholar job mechanics are Ether Flow and Fairy Gauge. Ether Flow is a resource that you get when you use the ability called Ether Flow. You gain 3 stacks in total, and these can be used to either heal or damage. And Fairy Gauge here is a bar that will fill up every time you spend an Ether Flow. This gauge can be used to focus heal a target in your party. Usually you will use this on your tank. It is important to note that your fairy will automatically heal your party member if their health is missing. Just don't forget to summon them before a fight. And your fairy can turn into Seraph, which is basically your fairies but on steroids. They will cast shield on top of the healing that they do while also granting you additional skill that help you cast shield to your whole party. Unlike White Mage, Scholar is more of a proactive rather than reactive healer, which means that you have to prepare your ability in advance to be efficient with this job. The reason being that your toolkit doesn't have many abilities that can top up your party members quickly, but rather slowly healing them through passive regeneration. This causes lots of new scholars to struggle keeping party member alive during a fight, because you have to shift your mindset a little bit to play Scholar, but once you get it, it is a breeze to play. Sage is the newest addition to the healer roster in Endwalker, and it does bring a new style of healing to the game as well. Sage's main gimmick is healing by attacking, plus thick shield on the side. You can unlock this job at level 70 in Limsa Luminsa. SCH Aesthetic and overall vibe is probably the most sci-fi out of all the jobs that are in this game so far. You can shoot laser, project barriers, and literally fly. So if you like Gundam, laser, and healing, yeah, this is a perfect job for you. Did I say that you have a jetpack? Yeah, you do have a jetpack. At a score is SCH Unique Mechanic. Basically, you get this over time no matter if you are in or out of the fight. Then you can use this resource to heal party member with these skills. It works a lot like Scholar Ether Flow. You might also notice pink gems here. These are Adder Sting. You get this when the shield that you cast break. You can spend them to use Toxicon, which is an instant cast damaging spell. Usually you will use this for movement instead of damage, because its potency is the same as your normal offensive spell. Cardia is where Sage's uniqueness comes from. Sage have an ability to link with another party member and heal them when Sage attacks an enemy. Most of the time you will link with your tank, but to maximize the potential of this skill, sometimes you have to switch around to link with the DPS as well. Sage's gameplay and toolkit is centered around the fact that they can provide healing while attacking. Thus, there are lots of abilities that can enhance your trade to do that, such as Soteria, Krasis, or Numa. This concept of healing can take a bit of time to get used to, but once you nail the principle of this job, it is the most comfy healer in my opinion. Other part of Sage toolkit works a lot like Scholar. You have lots of mitigation spell packed with a steady stream of regeneration. Hope this video helped you. Thank you for watching.